Allah is my heart's speech. Your mercy is what I beseech. Keep in my heart your remembrance, and in your deen allow me to advance. Help me in my quest. Permit me to pass the ultimate test. Help me in my quest. Permit me to pass the ultimate.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this new episode, live Ask Huda. I'm your host, Fuad Muhammad. We welcome on today's shows no other than Dr. Muhammad Salah. Assalamu alaikum, Doctor.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you.
And a very beloved friend and Sheikh Yusuf Estes. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah khair for joining us today on Ask Huda.
My pleasure.
Okay, just a quick reminder of our telephone numbers. 00-202-38555-248 or 249, or you can send us an email at ask@huda.tv. Sheikh Yusuf, I would like to start with you. It is really a good feeling to really take what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with in order to continue and Ask Huda. And this was all because of an effort which Allah has blessed you to take. If you would like to comment on this, please.
Well, first of all, I wanted to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God Almighty, because He's the one who makes everything happen. And we all got up in the night and prayed. I know you did too as well. And we kept asking Allah, don't let this program be canceled. Because this Ask Huda program has been, really one of the many lights that come forth from the light of Huda. And to have Muhammad Salah with us and give us the answers and spend his time to understand both the Arabic and the English and be able to present everything in a cohesive and coherent manner, I think it's been really a blessing, a big blessing from Allah. And then to have so many of our viewers realize the value of this program and to be able to sponsor this so that we could keep it live. Mm-hmm. I know that whenever you have something like this, you have a tendency to take it for granted. But then all of a sudden, whenever you see it come on as a recording, okay, this is a recorded program, it's no longer live, you're like, what? Mm-hmm. Hold on a second, you mean I can't talk to the Sheikh anymore? No, you can't, because it's not live. So I think that may be one of the biggest stimuluses that was introduced in our programs last week when we talked about this. But I would like to emphasize something that as much as we do appreciate and we thank all of our viewers who supported with their prayers, their sacrifices, I want to be sure everybody understands that never were we talking about donations or fundraising or anything like that, because this was for this program especially, above all things, this light for Huda, and also that it's a support, it's an idea of supporting what's there, and let that be an opportunity also for our viewers to join in with us and say, you know what, I want to be part of this, I want to join in. And for those viewers who would like to continue doing this, I want you to think of this as supporting this show, this Ask Huda. And at the same time, here's a couple of things you can do to get a lot more reward. Some might only have 400 or 500 pounds that they would be able to do in a month's time. And really, this is difficult for us to deal with these smaller amounts like that. So what they can do is get a group together. Maybe your uncles, aunts, cousins, friends that you know down the street or in business, and then collect it up and make a large amount for the support for the program. Mm-hmm. And that makes a lot less hassle for the banks and less hassle for everybody. And you get a lot more reward. Because, number one, Allah loves the jama'ah. He does. The more people come in the salah, the more people who do any kind of task together for the sake of Allah, then you share in the blessing of everybody else's. That's number one. Number two is to do it regularly. Don't just try to do the big flash in the pan. Let's all get together and do some big thing and then forget about it. No, because the regular thing, which is done again and again and again, even though it's small, is more beloved to Allah than somebody doing something huge one time and then just dropping it.
Yes.
So I'm paraphrasing the hadith quite a bit, but you get the idea.
Yes, yes.
And I just really want to emphasize again and again and again how much we really love the support. The letters, that we receive, you know, the emails, the phone calls, even the personal visits. As I was walking down the street, people would come up to me and say, what's going on? I just visited Aswan. I was down there. Our visits out to Alexandria and places, and people kept coming up and saying, oh, yeah, you know, we really want to support what's going on with Ask Huda. So it's been excellent all the way along.
Jazakallah khair, Shaykh. Dr. Muhammad, if you can just give us an idea. Many of the viewers would want to know what have they done for Huda during this period. If you can give us a slight idea.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى لا سيما المصطفى صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. We praise due to Allah alone, we praise Him and we seek His help. Whomsoever Allah guides is the truly guided one, and whomsoever Allah leaves astray, no one can show him guidance. In one hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, مَنْ لَا يَشْكُرِ النَّاسِ لَا يَشْكُرِ اللَّهِ. One who is not grateful and thankful to people, then accordingly he is not thankful nor grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So after thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for letting this happen and resuming this beautiful function of Huda TV, I'd like to turn to all the viewers, all the Muslim brothers and sisters who support it, not necessarily financially, not necessarily by supporting or sponsoring a whole program or a whole year or a whole quarter, but even by their simple invocations and du'as. As I said repeatedly before, I'm a very strong believer in the power of du'a. That is the thing which is guaranteed to work 1,000,000%. Ud'uni astajib lakum. This is Allah's promise. So I'm very sure there were many sincere brothers and sisters out there, and even kids who were crying. I would like to thank the brothers and sisters for their sincere tears which they shed in the last episode. I could feel that, and alhamdulillah, shukla, it inspired everybody here on board. Those who have been paid, having been paid for a while, they were willing to do even extra. Those who did not know about the cause of Huda, even those who do not speak English, they reacted with our sincere emotions. Furthermore, some very good news that I've got some volunteers who are willing to support in the preparation in the prep department, and we came up with the idea that a group of the sisters were very fast in typing, volunteer to do for us a fatwa or fatawa encyclopedia, Ask Huda encyclopedia. They're going to scribe all the Q&A of Ask Huda, inshallah. That's going to take a while, and it's like moving a mountain. But may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless their effort, and soon inshallah we'll be able to see that. Also they will take over in organizing the questions which would come to us via email, those loads of questions, perhaps summoning them in, categorizing them by the subject. And hopefully, inshallah, we'll be able to have once a week recorded episode, perhaps to answer all the emails as well. There is another thing that I wanted to share with the brothers and sisters, which is, I guess we will have to take the phone call first, inshallah.
Okay, we have Brother Ayman from Egypt. Assalamu alaikum. Brother, you're live and ask all your questions, please.
Wa alaikum salam. Yes, first I'd like to make a quick comment that Huda TV is from the mercy of Allah that it's still on, and even if it is taking off, it's taken off in like a year or 6 months. It's amazing what it's done to so many Muslims that can't speak Arabic, and we should thank Allah that it has I think 3,000 hours in archive.
Yes.
I think. Yeah, it's amazing.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah.
I have 2 questions. Please.
Okay.
My first question is, can you have a non-Muslim friend?
Okay.
And my second question is, there's in Surah Kahf, the 2-horned one. I was reading tafsir, and it says, and they said it was Alexander the Great, but I know Alexander the Great was a polytheist.
Okay.
So can you please give me an explanation on that, please?
Jazakallah khair.
Okay. Jazakallah khair.
If you allow me to continue, I would also like to thank all the brothers and sisters who grouped together to sponsor a whole program. That was a very smart idea.
Yes,
instead of working
excellent.
individually and on singular basis. It was a great idea, alhamdulillah, shukrullah. But here is a little thing that I wanted to share with you, brothers and sisters, which is, if everybody wants to sponsor Ask Huda, for instance, I want to tell you that This is similar to endowment. We have to abide by your intention. I want to tell you one thing. If we only sponsor one program, what about the rest of the channel? The rest of the channel cannot function unless if we settle their debts and the payments for the Nilesat and the Media City, etc. So I want to make this declaration, which is yes, those who sponsor a specific program, once this program is covered and suffice, we will have to transfer the sponsorship to other programs and to settle other commitments with regards to financial commitments. So
Yes.
I hope this idea will be very, very clear, inshallah.
I hope everybody will accept that too, and not just say,
Please.
okay, I only want to sponsor as good and let the rest of the channel disappear.
By the
That's
grace
not
of
going to
Allah,
work.
by the grace of Allah, every program, alhamdulillah, is very, very useful. Every program, because
true.
we work hard to choose what's really useful for the viewership, because this is an amana. So we're not going to waste the support of any person on something just to fill some time on air. That's not true. So by your dua and by the blessing of Allah before anything, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will allow us to continue and be more productive, inshaAllah,
Inshallah,
in the
inshallah.
future. The brother was saying that the amount of filming and recording hours, whether pre-recorded or live for us, for Huda TV, in thousands now. Alhamdulillah wa shukrillah. That is very true. And even though there is only one English-speaking Islamic channel, which I would consider it 100% da'wah channel, we have many, many Arab who are asking for this channel to be translated to Arabic, while there are perhaps 15 to 20 other Arabic Islamic channels. Because of what they see on the screen, they wanted to share with the non-Arabic speakers the same experience and so on. So I hope and I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will never let this channel down, ever. Ameen.
Ameen. Ameen.
Keep that light on.
Nah.
Inshallah.
By the way, one of the things you're talking about there is very common for us in the West. We're used to watching programs that have high quality in the sets, the setup that we have here, for instance, and in camera movements and the way that they do this work seamlessly. Now, a lot of people don't realize how many cameramen we have to have here right now. More people are in the control booth. And to put on any kind of a show, you're looking at a minimum of 30 to 50 people who have to make these things happen. Now, whenever you don't have those people, or they don't have the proper training and background, you could have 200 people, but if they don't know what they're doing, they'll never get the effect that you get with Huda. One of the things about Huda that makes it so tasty for the people in the West, those who are in Europe and different countries, who are used to seeing really high quality stuff, what makes Huda such a brilliant light for them is to see these lovely backgrounds, the changing of the sceneries that you do whenever you have these special programs and episodes, like the ones that we did for The Gap, the ones that we did for Misconceptions. Each one of those was especially designed and then had these beautiful backgrounds set in there. And the lighting, there are really two basic things. If you don't understand a TV, you're not going to make it. One is visual. It has to be, there's got to be what they call eye candy. You got to reach the eyes. But the second one is the audio.
The audio.
And when the audio is not right, or the video is not right, you lose it. You lose it fast. Another thing is, when you do the video, is the lighting. If anybody ever saw how much lighting and what it takes to do this lighting and set it, they would really appreciate the work that these brothers are doing.
So basically this is different, totally different than just giving a lecture in a conference room or in the
This is
masjid
what
or
a
in
lot of
Islamic
people are
center.
used to that. When you say, oh, Islam channel. Okay, here we are. This guy's sitting here, and he's got half of a minbar sitting behind him. And alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. That's it.
Well, she's got somewhere. But
Okay, inshallah. We have two callers on the line. Brother Abdul Raul from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Assalamu alaikum, brother. You're live on Ask Huda.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dr. Salah, Brother Fawad and Sheikh Yusuf Estes.
Walaikum salam.
Dr. Salah, I wanted to know about the compensation given to employees in private organizations during their sickness when they are away from the work by insurance companies. Is it permissible to avail such kind of facilities?
very important
And
question.
also, if a person can afford being absent without taking these compensations from insurance companies.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Assalamu
You're
alaikum.
welcome.
We have also Brother Makbul from the United Arab Emirates. Assalamu alaikum, brother. You're live on Ask Huda.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Brother, can you just turn the volume of your television set down, please?
Sure. Yes, sir. Now it's clear, sir?
Yes, go ahead now.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Salah, and assalamu alaikum, Dr. Yusuf.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Inshallah, this channel will be continue. All the prayers are with you, inshallah. Allah, definitely we are in straight path. Allah will guide those who are in straight path. They will not let us down. We have the histories. If you take all the battles what we fought, all the histories are shown. Inshallah, Dr. Salah, my heartily prayers are there, inshallah. This channel will be continued, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Ameen.
Okay. Jazakallah khair, Brother Makbul there from the United Arab Emirates. We also
By the way, we're going to be down there in the United Arab Emirates Wednesday. We're going to be over there. We're going to fly over there on Wednesday.
Okay, inshallah.
So
That's Thursday.
Look for us.
Okay, so that's good. Brother Muhammad from the United Arab Emirates. Assalamu alaikum, brother. You're live on Ask Huda.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I'm Muhammad here from calling from UAE. Actually, I'd like to thank the Huda TV and Dr. Salah for the great work which they're doing, and especially Sheikh Yusuf Estes, who brings smiles to my family, especially my 2.5-year-old.
To everybody.
Who is very keen to watch him. Just she gets smile just seeing him. Well, I just have a one question regarding zakat. Actually, whenever I give I've been giving zakat to one of my cousin who is doing his studies. Actually, my aunt, who is they're okay with their maintenance as such for their livelihood, but they can't afford the studies for their children who are doing professional studies.
Okay.
Is it okay for me to give my zakat to sponsor their studies?
Okay.
As such, I just want to know about that.
Okay, Jazakallah khair, Brother Muhammad from the UAE there. We also have Sister Asiya from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Assalamu alaikum, sister. You're live on Ask Huda.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum.
How are you all, Sheikh?
Alhamdulillah.
Sheikh, as Sheikh Yusuf Estes mentioned, that you all together join together and send for the support for the TV. As according to that, we have done that. May Allah accept it, because I, along with my salary, I also ask of a few of my colleagues and other members, and I request them, and alhamdulillah, many of them, they don't even watch Huda, but alhamdulillah, they have also cooperated.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
And we want them from now on to start watching Huda.
Yeah, and we need them to watch too.
Inshallah. We also have Brother Munir from Oman. Assalamu alaikum, brother. You're live on Ask Huda. Questions, please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum
salam wa rahmatullah.
Sheikh Yusuf, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, how's everything?
Alhamdulillah, everything's okay.
You know we're going to come and see you, right? We're coming to you the week after we're in UAE. We'll be in Oman.
Yeah, I saw the ad in islamfact.com.
Yep.
And we're looking to see you there.
We're looking forward to it.
And I hope Allah will keep this channel forever.
Inshallah, up to Allah, but we do too.
Inshallah.
Okay, Jazakallah khair, Brother Munir there from Oman.
Good dua.
Sheikh Yusuf, if you would like to take Brother Ayman's question from Egypt, he says, can I have a non-Muslim friend?
Well, there were two questions he came in with at the same time, and both of them are amazing, because these are the questions I get again and again and again. And actually, I consulted with Muhammad Salah about some of these subjects years ago. We talked over these subjects when we were riding up to Alexandria last time. And we talked about having friends and what does it mean. in the Quran when Allah says, don't take them as your awliya. And another expression, it says, don't take them as your bitana.
Bitana, yeah.
How do you pronounce it?
Bitana.
Bitana? Okay. I have to teach you Texas Arabic. You know Egyptian Arabic. Now we need to work on it. Or maybe I need to get Fusha. But anyhow, the point was there were two words used in Arabic that were translated by people like Yusuf Ali, who said that it means friends. Yeah. So you don't take them as friends is how we got that. But when we get the examiner, of course, those are Arab speakers watching right now. They say, well, duh, but most of us, we don't know. We have to ask you. Tell us what it means. And what he told us is awliya is related to the word wali. Wali being a singular and awliya the plural. And this wali, now you know it, and I know it, that if a girl is going to get married, she has to have a wali, right?
A guardian.
So, a guardian, exactly. So would we want her to take somebody that's not a Muslim to be her wali? No. Why? Because he has to be responsible to know what Islam is saying, what her rights and benefits are in a marriage, make sure she gets a fair deal.
And there is no guardianship for a non-believer over a believer.
And that's the meaning, a guardian. Don't take them as your ally or your or your guardian, right? That's what it meant, not friend. Because friends, I mean, my God, how many friends Prophet ﷺ had that were not Muslim? And all of the scholars throughout the years who have actually taken care of non-Muslims and even helped raise them up, pay money to support things and how could you come now and just all of a sudden say, no friends from them? What is that? And the other one is bitana. What is bitana? And look what Sheikh said. He said, in here. I said, what? In here. Who would you put in here? Who will you take? And this is the inner lining of your garment. I mean, we're talking about where you keep your deodorant. We're talking about really close, right? And who are you going to put in like this? This is your mom and dad, your closest, trustworthy. I mean, how will you translate it to English? The bitana.
It is a liner.
The liner, but I mean for like as your what?
Your own skin.
Yeah, but as people.
Yeah, as people
that are that close to you. You can't don't take somebody that's not a Muslim.
Your allies
and don't make them responsible in that position. It's not fair to them either, because they don't know how to think and act like a Muslim. Why are you asking them to do it? Does it make sense?
It does.
It's common sense.
As a matter of fact, I also have something to say on this regard, but let's take the phone calls and inshallah we'll resume.
We have Sister Marwa from Egypt. Assalamu alaikum, sister. You're live and ask her their questions, please.
Assalamu alaikum wa
rahmatullah.
May Allah bless all your efforts, and I'm enjoying this show, especially with Sheikh Yusuf Estates. And I have a question which is concerned with the bank, and I happen to have some money that came to me that was a profit of what we call in Arabic shahadat istismar, and this money I want to get rid of it or use it in a proper way, and I don't know how to spend it. And I've heard that this expression that is takhallus, and I don't know what are the ways that I can put this money in and just be clear out of it.
Okay.
And that's it. Jazakumullah khair.
That's Sister Marwa there from Egypt. Yes, Sheikh, if you want to continue.
The Quran distinguishes between two different terms. The first is bir and qist, and the other one is mawadda. With regards to bir, which is kind treatment, gentleness, and qist, which means justice, we find Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I believe in Surah Al-Tahrim, with regards to dealing with non-Muslims, non-believers, but who are not declaring an enmity against Muslims, who do not fight against them on account of their belief, nor expel them out of their homes because of their belief. Allah the Almighty says, لا ينهاكم الله عن الذين لم يقاتلوكم في الدين وَلَمْ يُخْرِجُوكُمْ مِنْ دِيَارِكُمْ أَنْ تَبَرُّوهُمْ وَتُقْسِطُوا إِلَيْهِمْ. This is a very beautiful verse. Many people are blindfold when it comes to speaking about al-wala wal-bara. They skip this verse. Allah does not forbid you. Allah does not prohibit you from being kind and treat with gentleness and with justice those who are, they're not Muslims, but they did not fight against you, nor did they kick you out of your homes, because Allah loves those who are just. And we find that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed Muslim males to marry to Muslim women, or women who are from the belief of either Judaism or Christianity, right? So what you dislike is you dislike about the person their disbelief. Is you dislike about them their disbelief. And that's why, with regards to the term mawaddah, which is love and affection, in another verse Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لا تتخذوا عدوي وعدوكم. Don't you take my enemy and your enemy أولياء تلقون إليهم بالمودة وقد كفروا بما جاءكم من الحق. They did not only disbelieve in what has come to you of the truth, but they declare enmity against you. يخرجون الرسول. And they try to expel, or they already expelled the messenger, and so on. It's a long story, but what we're trying to say here, those who are peaceful and kind to Muslims, Islam commanded us to treat them likewise and even better than that kind of treatment. And that's why Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam accepted the presence of non-Muslims in the Muslim society with conditions. And he called them Ahlul Dhimmah. Al-Dhimmah, they have a covenant to be treated like Muslims, to be protected. Muslims pay zakat dues, they would pay a jizya, which is, let me call it a tax. That's not compared to the amount of zakat which Muslims have to pay, and it will be in proportion with their earning or with their position. But there is a fixed term which is called jizya, or a tax, that the non-Muslims would receive the same treatment, would live in peace, would be ruled by the same ruling whether Muslims or non-Muslims are living in a Muslim state. So this is a very lengthy subject. I just wanted to clarify that with regards to those who are not hurting Muslims, who are not declaring a war against them. Allah is encouraging us to be kind and gentle to them. Wallahu a'lam.
Okay, we have Brother Abdul Rahim from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Assalamu alaikum, brother. You're live on Ask Huda.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alhamdulillah, so this is the first time I got the opportunity to talk Huda TV. Alhamdulillah, thanks to Allah.
Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, Allahu Akbar.
I was away from the Islamic path, but since the day I started watching Huda TV, it changed my life.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. May Allah bless you and keep you steadfast.
I was very upset by watching this. Mr. Salah was very upset. Alhamdulillah, but I don't know how I will support this, so I decided to go to Umrah. By holding Bab al-Makkah, I prayed for Huda TV.
Allahu Akbar.
Inshallah, this TV will never, ever, no one can stop this.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Allahu Akbar.
I prayed from my heart. My family is also praying for this. Inshallah.
Jazakallahu khairan, Abdul Rahim. May Allah bless you.
I was away from the path, but I inspired from Sheikh Ahmad Didar, Dr. Zaik Naik, and Sheikh Saleh. Really, I always pray for you in my salah. I always remember you, inshallah.
Jazakallahu khairan.
Thanks for Dr. Yusuf. And whenever I watch his on internet, really he was. Really, Allah will bless him. Allah will bless him more. Alhamdulillah.
I make you cry. He makes you smile. I know that.
Inshallah, I have two questions. One is, I have two kids. One is 5-year-old and one is just born at 6 months. I don't want them to become a doctor or something. I want them to become like you people, like for the Islam.
And Abdul Rahim, by the way, it is okay to want them to become doctors and also righteous people. There is no contradiction. What's the other term that brother?
Contradistinction.
Okay. Jazakallah khair, Brother Abdul Rahim there from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Also have Brother Khurshid from the United Arab Emirates. Assalamu alaikum, brother. You're live on Ask Huda.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Wa alaikum assalam
wa rahmatullah.
Sheikh Yusuf, we are waiting for you on 18, 19 and 20th of March.
MashaAllah.
Be there or be square.
Inshallah, I have attended a seminar with Dr. Salah also.
I'm going to try to get him to go with me. You want to go?
Inshallah, I'm actually going and you didn't know.
What?
We just confirmed a few hours ago.
My question is to you.
Okay.
that my son is having long hairs.
Okay.
So I have asked him to cut these, but he said that today is Sunday and inshallah live program will come, so better to ask to the Sheikh. If he says it is wrong, I will cut. If not, I will not cut.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Cut
Can
what?
you give a light on this? Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Brother Khurshid, we have a special one to answer your question today. Sheikh Yusuf Estes.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
There's your answer.
If you'd like to comment as well, Sheikh, is it okay for him to?
Keeping a long hair, if it is common in the society and it's not an odd thing for men, is permissible. The Prophet ﷺ's hair was long, and sometimes he would put it in braids as well. It is permissible as long as it would not appear as an odd thing or to make yourself distinguished from others. Like if we come to an Egyptian society, for ordinary people to keep a long hair, people would criticize that and say, he looks like a girl. In the Gulf, for instance, it's okay to keep such a long hair, or in the States. So that would undergo one of the legal proofs, which is known as al-urf.
Al-urf?
Al-urf, or the customs. And that varies from a society to another. I don't want anyone to say, well, making or having braids for a male is a sunnah. Or the Prophet ﷺ used to split his hair from the middle. This is a sunnah. This is not an act of worship that has to be followed, but it would undergo people's traditions and their customs. So if you live in, I guess he just called from
United Arab Emirates.
Okay,
UAE.
Every time I visit, I see people like that. It's multicultural, so it's okay. There is no problem with that.
Okay. So I don't have to cut it to go to UAE.
For you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, we also have Brother Khalil from the UAE. Assalamu alaikum. Brother, you're live on Ask Huda.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
My name is Salim. I am calling from Dubai, UAE.
Okay.
I have a question for Dr. Salah.
Okay, go ahead.
Dr. Salah, staying on the subject which we were just discussing right now, I just learned about ayah number 51 of verse number 51 of Surah Maida, which is dealing with this subject which you were just discussing. Can you please elaborate on that?
Okay.
Inshallah.
Okay. Okay. Jazakallah khair, Brother Khalil there from the UAE. We'll take a short break here on Ask Huda and we'll be back right after this. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
If you're 18 or if you're 80, if you've been Muslim for 50 years or 5 minutes, this is a show for you. You know, when 5 times a day our foreheads touch the ground in prayer, we beg for what's most important in our lives. We want to be good people, better Muslims. We want to serve Allah Almighty with all our hearts. In this show, Let's Talk, every week we're going to talk about Islam and life, how to relate with other people and how to serve Allah. We'll have studio guests, we'll have a live studio audience, there'll be an email for you to write to, talk@huda.tv. So if you're looking for something different, looking for something that will make you think, maybe even touch your heart, this is the show for you.
The true life of the Muslim starts at death. If you wish to enhance your knowledge of the Islamic perspective on the hereafter, this life doesn't go on forever, but we do so little to prepare for it because most of us don't know what happens after this life ends. If you want to be amongst those who know, then join us every Saturday at 19:30 GMT for the inevitable journey. According to the Quran, we live in a universe that worships Allah. It is not just human beings who celebrate His praises, but animals as well. Join us every Wednesday at 20 GMT for your show, Even Animals Glorified. greed, exploitation, hatred, all diseases of the heart. For the cure, join Huda TV every Sunday at 20 GMT for Moments for the Heart.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back. You're watching Ask Huda. Quick reminder of our telephone numbers 0020238555 248 or 249, or you can write to us at ask, that's ask at huda.tv. We have Sister Caroline from Germany. Assalamu alaikum, sister. You're live on Ask Huda.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Are you calling from Germany, Sister Caroline?
Yes, I'm calling from Germany, and
Which
I
part?
want to say
Munich?
that I'm so thankful and so happy that there is a channel like Huda TV. It's really a light in every home, and I'm so happy with. And my favorite show is Ask Huda. Every Sunday and every Tuesday, I'm looking forward to watch Ask Huda. And Jazakallahu khairan to all of you.
Barakallah. Thank you,
Sister Caroline. We also have Sister Abdul Qadir from Nigeria. Assalamu alaikum, sister. You're live on Ask Huda.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I'm Abdul Qadir from Nigeria.
Ahlan wa sahlan.
Welcome to Ask Huda. Go ahead, sister.
Assalamu wa rahmatullah.
Yes. Please. All right. A lot of my Nigerian friends and family would like to make a donation to Huda, but we haven't been able to find a way of doing that.
Okay. If you,
yes. So please, would like you to air account details and all that.
Okay,
because we were really disturbed last week. We were crying and praying and doing everything so that Huda could come back to the lights could be on again, and we're really pleased. Alhamdulillah, we're overjoyed, and may Allah bless you and the channel and Muslims as a whole.
Okay. Barakallah fiqh.
Wallahi, Sister Abdul Qadir, I am more overjoyed with this phone call than any other thing. Thank you for your spiritual support, for your supplication. Even though there are thousands of miles distance between us and you guys, but I exactly feel how do you feel. Thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who brought us all together and united our hearts. That's only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who can do that. May Allah bless you and your families and all the Nigerian brothers and sisters and all the viewers at large.
Yes, and just a quick reminder to the viewers, those who have internet access, you can visit our website www.huda.tv and just go to support, and you'll see all the details in ways which you can support us here at Huda TV. We have Brother Muhaib as well from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Assalamu alaikum, brother. You're live on Ask Huda.
Hello.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead, brother.
Okay, this question is regarding my father.
Okay.
Who has expired just 4 months back. Okay, so I want to read and dedicate the Quran to him. And is there any benefit to him?
Okay. Jazakallah khair, brother Mahib there from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Sheikh Yusuf, brother Ayman from Egypt, his second question was regarding Dhul Qarnayn. He said some of the tafsir regarded it to be
the first time that I read the explanation of Dhul Qarnayn was when I got my first Quran almost 19 years ago. And this is in the Yusuf Ali translation. He referred to what some people had said, that they believed that this person who was Dhul Qarnayn that traveled east to west and so on was none other than Alexander the Great. Even in Yusuf Ali's explanation, he said this was not a popular conception, although he sort of went along with it himself. The fact is, though, if you look into it, you'll find that this was a term that was used much further back in history, and it most likely applied to some in the ancient times, far before the time of Alexander the Great. And the other thing that makes it clear that it couldn't have been is his own diary. Alexander the Great left a diary, and he talked about his proclivity, if you will, and the fact that he died of alcoholism and his other things I don't want to mention on the TV, but it was clear that this was no way he was the one Allah's talking about.
There is a very simple reference that there is no way that Dhul Qarnayn could be Alexander the Great. The reference is in Surah Al-Kahf itself. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنْ ذِي الْقَرْنَيْنِ قُلْ سَأَتْلُ عَلَيْكُم مِّنْهُ ذِكْرًا إِنَّا مَكَّنَّا لَهُ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَآتَيْنَاهُ مِنْ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ سَبَبًا. This is somebody who's been chosen by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when the Jews presented these questions to the Meccans in order to ask to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam about Dhul Qarnayn, they said, what about a just ruler who ruled over the east and the west? That's totally contradictory to the nature and the diary and the biography of Alexander the Great. So definitely it was not him.
Okay, well, we also have Brother Muhammad from Qatar. Assalamu alaikum, brother. You're live and Ask Huda. Brother Muhammad?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum
salam.
Doctor, I would like to ask a question about, like my son is in the 7th grade. He will be passing on shortly. And he will be moving on to the grade A. He studies right now in Indian school. But I have a very sincere, like I want to put him to an institute where he can learn Deen, maybe can his Quran, and then going forward can be an asset for us and can become finally people like you.
Inshallah.
So if you can guide me, if this question is for Dr. Saleh and Dr. Yusuf. That what are we living in Qatar, what are the universities or the schools or the colleges are around us where we can put him and slowly progress in that area.
Okay. Jazakallah khair, Brother Muhammad. We also have Brother Fasih from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Brother Fasih, are you with us? I think we've just lost Brother Fasih. We ask him to call us back again. Brother Abdul Rauf, Sheikh Muhammad, he's asked about the compensation from a private company. He said the compensation comes through an insurance company. He's asking if the person can afford to pay for his sickness, if he's allowed to still take the compensation from the insurance company.
In order to answer this question, one has to know the ruling of the Fiqh Council on the subject of insurance, whether it's permissible to deal with it or not. There are two types. There is the governmental insurance, or an insurance which is provided by groups or syndicates, that is permissible. But the commercial insurance, which is provided by private companies in order to make business and generate profit through collecting fund, monthly payment from the participants, then in case that somebody got an accident or got hurt or was hospitalized, they will pay for his bills. This is the kind of insurance which is the vast majority of the jurors have said that it is not permissible. And this is not something new. There was a saying commercial insurance at the time of Imam Abu Hanifa, and that was ruled as haram as well. Why? Because it contains at least, this type of insurance contains at least two major violations in business transaction. The first one is riba, and the second is gambling. How? I don't see that. I don't read it in the contract. Okay, but let's examine it. Somebody signs up with a private or a commercial insurance company. Then he starts making his first payment. Then once he made the first payment, he got sick, or God forbid he died, or in a car accident or whatever. So all what he paid is $50. Then the expenses or the cost of his treatment or exceeded perhaps 100,000. So did you pay that much in order to receive that much? No. On the other hand, there are other people who would keep paying for 20 years, for 30 years. Then if they got laid off, if they fail to make the payment once, twice, or several times, the insurance will be cancelled and all the previous payments are in vain. That's why this is similar to gambling. This is not my statement, of course. But the governmental insurance, or an insurance which is provided by a social insurance, such as Social Security, such as the syndicates of doctors or engineers or mechanics or whatever, they support one another. That is praiseworthy by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Because there is no private beneficiary or one person who would benefit and suck the blood of others on account of just he would be the only beneficiary. No, everybody benefits. So if somebody's daughter is getting married, they support him from this participation. This has a reference in Surah Al-Ma'idah, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَتَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى وَلَا تَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ. So help one another in achieving righteousness, al-birr, and piety, and do not assist one another in doing or achieving anything that is sin or transgression. So in case that I am dealing with an insurance company, whether any type of insurance, and I purchase that willingly, I would say, according to the vast majority, this is illegal, this is haram. What am I supposed to do? If there is a way that I can collect my payment, and even, that's fine. Same thing with the life insurance. I collect whatever I paid. And the extra, that will be given in donations or whatever. This is not a charity, because this is not my money. I did not earn it. This is similar to earning money through gambling. Wallahu a'lam.
Okay, we have Brother Muhammad from the United Arab Emirates. Assalamu alaikum, brother. You're live on Ask Huda.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. For everybody there, Jazakallahu al-khair. It's a very, it was very touching moment when we all saw like Huda was really in trouble. And there were so many people who had contributed already from my friends, and even I'm also trying to volunteer for some funds to Huda as much as possible, inshallah. But brothers, I have a small suggestion which I would like to tell it at this point. The thing is, like, Huda has several what do you say, like, telecast, like in Europe and US and Middle East. If you just see, like, the maximum calls which are received from either from UAE, Saudi, or any of the GCC countries, I believe these are the Indians or Pakistanis who, expatriates mainly. I have a suggestion, like how it would be like if Huda takes an initiative to telecast Huda TV in Indian subcontinent. So I trust, like, there would be lot of people would support from this part of the world.
Okay.
This is my small suggestion.
Okay.
And I have a question, like, can I take donation from a guy who has an income, totally on a haram basis, like, it's complete haram. Can I take donation, like, on behalf, like, if I have to tell him to give donation for Huda? Is it permissible, acceptable? Can I accept it?
Okay.
I had asked this question earlier, but I don't know if it was.
Okay.
Thank you. Jazakallah al-khair.
I would really like Sheikh Yusuf to comment on that, but I only have one word to say before that, which is, if you find a sponsor who would like to sponsor broadcasting Huda in the Indian subcontinent, we're all for it and would love to have him as soon as possible. Same thing, once we were talking about it, and somebody stepped in and said he would sponsor Huda TV to be broadcasting in Europe, not Bird. So if this is the case, we would love to. And now I would like to listen to Sheikh Yusuf, what he has to say about that.
Whenever there's something that you know is haram, immediately you should be running away from it. Doesn't matter what it is. If somebody tells you something's haram, and if you said it's totally haram, that's pretty scary.
Especially totally.
Yeah, when you say totally, I'd be like, I think it's time for him to watch Huda TV to find out what he's doing wrong. As far as needing anything from haram sources, Islam woke me up to something that I had always wondered about. I wondered about this, especially during the time of the Nixon administration in the United States. This idea of the end justifies the means. In other words, it doesn't matter how we do it as long as we get what we want. Well, Islam doesn't permit that. You're not allowed to use any means just to get what you want. That's not called success in Islam whatsoever. So if you said, well, I want to rob a bank, for instance, to build a nice madrasa for orphans or something, that's not going to work. Islam is teaching us that everything has to be halal.
No.
Has to be halal. And I know I don't need it. You don't need it. None of us need any haram money. What we need is barakah. This is why we keep insisting, if somebody wants to support any of the efforts that are with Huda, or any of the work that we do with our many, many websites that we have, we say, Allah, don't give us any money except that it has barakah in it. So we start with a negative. We say, don't give us any money except if it has barakah. Because the barakah is what keeps us going. Barakah is why we're working late hours and doing so much volunteering. Even the people who work at Huda, after they are done, they're off the clock, they're still staying and working and working. Why? Because of the barakah. They want the barakah.
Yes,
so let's make it real clear up front. Not only it's not right in Islam, we don't want it.
Yeah. Okay, we have Sister Caroline back from Germany. She says she has some important questions to ask. That's why we've given her the chance. Assalamu alaikum, sister. Welcome back.
The connection was cut and I had 2 questions.
Okay.
The first question is about slavery. In how far is it today permissible to have or sell a slave? And the second is about using makeup concerning wudu. If a woman takes wudu and after it she puts makeup on her face, for example, mascara on the eyelash, is it permissible for her, after losing her wudu, making the ablution again without taking off her makeup? And I have a request to you all. Please make dua for me that my dream in this life and the other life will come true, inshallah, if it's good for me.
Okay.
May Allah bless you all. Thank you.
Ameen. Good questions.
May Allah bless you with what's best for you.
Ameen.
Brother Muhammad from Qatar, he asked that his son is in grade 7, he is moving on to grade 8, and he wants to put him into an institution that would make him someone like you 2 guys, inshallah.
Only if we have time, we'll be happy to answer this question. But if we don't have time, then let me ask Sheikh Yusuf, I thought you speak Dutch, don't you?
Das ist gut, ja?
Okay, so what's...
Sehr gut.
Okay, great. So what, Ich liebe dich, what does it mean?
Ich liebe dich, it means I love you.
I love you too. Okay, I want to tell you...
we got to use our German.
There are a couple of brothers who call almost for the same reason, which is, I want to devote my child, I want to make my child a da'iyah. And one of the brothers from Saudi said that I don't want him to be an MD, rather I want him to be a da'iyah. Please, there is no contradiction. Even though we're running out of time, I promise, inshallah, I'll shed some more light, I'll speak in details about this subject, inshallah, in the next episode, if we live to the next episode. But for your surprise, that many of the presenters of Huda TV, they have scientific background. Yasser Qadi, he's a mechanical engineer. Hatim Al-Haj is a physician by practice.
Salam Al-Amri is an oil engineer.
Exactly, Salam Al-Amri is an oil engineer. I myself, one day, perhaps 17 years ago, I was an assistant professor of pharmacology. So there is no contradiction. You can be both.
We can't throw my degrees out there in music, can we? We can answer that question next time.
So basically, but it doesn't mean that because you hold this position, you're qualified to be a da'iyah only when you possess the tools.
Okay.
Yes,
so
that's
before
right.
studying Sharia, before being qualified in the deen, studying principles of jurisprudence, especially in fiqh and hadith and mustalah and all of that, you're just a seeker of knowledge. So I don't want this idea, which is very common and widespread in some parts of the world, where only the handicapped and the poor people will be put in madrasa. Madrasa is a beautiful word. Madrasa means a school.
Yes.
So if there is an American school, we call it an American madrasa. So madrasa is not a terrorist word. This is just one of the stereotyping that the Western media is propagating. But, you know, the director is telling me it's over. Inshallah,
okay.
Next time we'll shed some more light and we'll speak in details about this issue.
Sheikh Yusuf, I'll give you half a minute just to say a word to the audience.
I want to say once again, thank you to Allah and thank you to all of you for your support, for your prayers, for your sincere dua, and also for those who want to continue to support, your reward will be with Allah. The more that you work together collectively as a group and do this on a regular basis, then that support is going to get you the most reward with Allah.
Okay.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from all of us, forgive all of us,
Ameen.
and give us His Jannah. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah khair for being with us, both Dr. Muhammad Salah and Sheikh Yusuf Estes. Well, Sheikh Yusuf Estes just said it all there, and if you have more questions for us here at Ask Huda, you can send us an email at ask@huda.tv, and don't forget you can visit our website www.huda.tv, and you can support us just by sending that email to support@huda.tv. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
If my love is attached to thee, then from sins I will be free. Each time my heart will beat, your name will resound with heat. Allah is my heart's speech, your mercy is what I beseech. Keep in my heart your remembrance, and in your deen allow me to advance. Help me in my quest, permit me to pass the ultimate test. Help me in my quest, permit me to pass the ultimate test. Help me in my quest, permit me to pass the ultimate test. Help me in my quest, permit me to pass the ultimate test.